You've probably seen some pretty big chain rings before, but we've taken it to the next level. This is the biggest chainring we could find on the internet, and we've bought it.
Yeah, 75 teeth on this bad boy. We are going to try to fit it to a bike and then ride up our favourite local climb and then turn back round and ride back down to see how fast we can go.
But will it actually work? Will we be even able to pedal this on the flat, let alone uphill? And what is the max speed that we can do with this on?
Well, I'm not entirely sure we're even going to be able to fit it to a bike.
To the GCNTech set, it's time to find out if bigger really is better. This thing is monstrous. I'm going to try and fit it to my Canyon Aero, which I've brought in, but I think there's going to be quite a few technical challenges here. I'm not even sure we're going to be able to get this to fit. I'm a little bit concerned about the possible clearance of this on the chainstay.
Why have you not cleaned your bike and has a bird pooed on it?
There's no time. When I came in this morning, a bird did poo on my bike, but that's good luck, isn't it?
We're going to need it, right?
First thing though, we need to take off the chain set that's on there, because that's a Shimano chain sets now, they're 4-bolt. This is 5-bolt, so we need to find a 5-bolt chain set.
Well, don't worry about that. I've got Dura-Ace cranks coming out of my ears. What are you looking for?
Tools.
Tons of them on the wall.
Shimano one. I should probably give this a bit of a clean, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you should, actually.
Come on.
Come on, get the crank off.
Oh, come on the other side. I'm just thinking as well, look at this, look at that.
Front derailleur, Ollie won't be needing this. Let's get it gone. Push the cable in, tidy that up. Imagine converting your bike to 1x and choosing a 75 tooth chainring. Absolutely insane. It
just wouldn't work 2x. Even if we had the space to fit it 2x, the gap between these chain rings is going to be so big, it's just not going to be able to, the derailleur just can't handle it. And plus the derailleur just is not going to be able to go above the height of the chain ring. Which is great, because it means that riding uphill, we're going to be in the big ring.
I don't even think that one chain is going to be enough.
That's a good, oh bloody hell. Need a longer chain.
We're going to link 2 chains together.
Have we got 2 chains? Did you manage to find one of your Dura-Ace cranksets?
Yeah, I did. Let's shut this door. Success. Look at this, right? Bolt hole lines up, bolt hole lines up, bolt hole lines up, bolt hole lines up, bolt hole lines up. Brilliant.
I've got the shorter chainring bolts. People might not realise this if they've never done this before, but basically the normal chainring bolts that you have for 2 chain rings are longer because they need to cover the gap of 2 chain rings, whereas for 1x you use shorter, like 1x bolts. Butterfingers. Also, these cranks are blooming long. 180s?
Yeah,
so that means that not only is this a 75 tooth, I normally have 170s, having longer cranks affects the effective size of the gear that you're using, so that's an even bigger gear.
Yeah, well, you'll be all right.
Jesus. We'll have to consult the gear calculator spreadsheet.
Actually, we can see what cadence and what gear equates to what speed.
What we're dealing with here. With 180s.
Yeah.
180s. This is going on your bike after this.
£82 on Amazon. It's probably the best £82 on Amazon I've ever
I don't
spent.
know, maybe it was 72, 75. Yeah. It's like a pound a tooth. Right. Moment of truth. Will it fit?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
We're not quite in. Oh!
Does it clear? Oh, you can't ride it like that.
I mean, look at the bloody
Sit
clearance.
down here, look at this.
Look at that. I think that if we do 90 RPM in the 7511 with 80 cranks, we'll be looking at about 96, 97k an hour. And 90 RPM, yeah.
What about going uphill?
I haven't worked that out yet.
Okay, Ollie's gone to find some chainring bolt spacers, but I think I can fix this before he gets back with this little spacer. So I can put this over the crank axle, it can butt up against the crank, it will then butt up against the outer face of the bottom bracket, and it's going to space everything, including the chainring, out by about, I'm going to estimate that is 1 to 1.5 millimeters, which means our chainring is going to move out 1.5 millimeters, which buys us the clearance to make it all work. Now, if I'm quick, speedy, and efficient with this, by the time Ollie's back, we'll have a bike which looks like it's going to work. Let's crack on.
Told him one more time. Gang, get all gang, get, can't handle it. Gang, get.
Well, does this meet your standards?
Oh, that's quite good, isn't it? That's quite, I mean, that's not super ceramic bearing, amazing spin test, but it's all right. Should we do the classic chain sizing method?
Big to big and add a couple on?
Yeah.
Oh, that might work. It's going to be long enough.
That's what she said.
Let's just leave it at that.
I reckon that's right.
Leave it uncut.
An uncut chain, I reckon we're in the right ballpark there. Yeah, it doesn't sound very efficient. Oh, but wait. That. Where's that?
What?
That sounds loud on that ring now. Go down a gear. That's quiet. That is your time trial gear. That's maximum efficiency, optimum chain line. Right, bang it in the big dog, because I'm going to need that big gear. It's going to be horrible cross chaining.
Make sure the chain doesn't fall off.
Yeah, right.
One more. One more?
Yeah.
Ah! Look at the bend on the chain.
Look at the cross chain going on there.
That was awful.
Step 1 of fitting the chainring to the bike was a success, but next comes the real challenge, riding the bike. Well, mostly a challenge for Ollie, because I'll be using my normal bike with normal gearing.
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but every time I'm setting off, I have to think about it a lot more, and it's a lot more effort to get going. But once you get going, even just at, say, 20 kilometers an hour, it feels okay.
Come on, Ollie, you got this.
It's just, I'm in my easiest gear. We're going 8k an hour, which means I'm doing about, what, like 25 RPM.
Talk me through the gradient. What's happening?
Oh. Do you know what? It's like, it shows you how much, it really does show you how important gearing is, because I'm like feeling so much more tired by having hard gears on. Like, for the pace we're going.
Yeah.
If I had easy gears on, I would have just spun up that in, zone 2, and I would have been okay. And I know we're exaggerating this, and this is silly and ridiculous, but I think there's an important thing that people can learn from this, which is like, spin to win. So I mean, like, put easier gears on your bike. The hills become easier.
Yeah, I think choose appropriate gearing for your ride, which I'm hoping lots of people have already picked that message up from most of our videos. But this is really going to hammer it home.
Now, we've had a lot of stupid ideas here at GCN, but this definitely ranks among the most idiotic. That road there is called Prospect Place. It's the steepest road in Bath. The sign says 25%, but it goes up to over 30%, he's brave, at its highest. And the road surface is rubbish, like it's potholed and it's covered in gravel and leaves and all sorts of crap. I'm just gonna go and see how far I can make it up.
I don't think we're going to need to go too far.
Let's try it. I don't think it gets even steeper behind that corner up there. I don't think I'm gonna make it that far, but we'll see.
Because I want to be fair and I want to give you the best chance ever, I think we can allow you to have a little run up and go for it.
I'll just start from here, mate.
All right, okay, great. Go, go, go!
Come on. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, this gearing is suboptimal. I think Alex should have a go at this. Go on, Alex!
Ah, there's a car
He's
coming.
going well.
Ah, squeeze through the gap. Ah, come on.
You've gone further than Ollie, huh?
I've beaten Ollie. If that was the goal, I've achieved it. I'm not sure what we're actually proved here, other than this idea is ridiculous. Back down. I mean, it's good for downs. Woo.
This sounds awful, isn't it? I can't believe it. The crosswind, I can feel it catching the chainring. The chainring is catching the crosswind and it's like blowing me over. Like you're used to feeling it with deep wheels. Honestly, that's ridiculous.
I think it's probably having more of an effect than a set of deep wheels. Yeah. Right, okay, so tell me about this descent. 5 miles downhill into Bath.
Yeah, Sally in the
Brilliant.
woods down here. It's a really, really fast road. It's a road that you normally, with normal gearing, you spin out on this road and you just end up having to just like, I don't know, well, just
roll.
Freewheel down.
So in theory, this is the perfect road for this gear.
Full gas down here, Sally in the woods. It's called Sally in the Woods, right? Because there's some woods and they're supposedly haunted by someone who was murdered in them called Sally. That's the folklore.
Okay, so what are we talking? 70 plus k an hour? Maybe 80?
We think we've got a headwind, which isn't going to be great, but we'll try.
By the time you're at the bottom, you'll have got the gear turning at optimum cadence.
Oh, God.
Let's go.
And we had a headwind. I reckon I could have gone like 80k an hour down there if I had a tailie.
Maybe.
Oh, I hit 70.
Max speed test, done.
So according to Strava, our top speed was 71.6 kilometers an hour, and that wasn't actually as fast as the gearing would allow us to go, but it was as fast as Ollie's little legs could make him go. And we'll explain why in just a second.
We're back at Mega Base. There's some important takeaways from this. What do you reckon?
Well, I think the first thing I want to say is I had great fun watching you struggle to ride the bike, but I think we need to discuss something far more important. Like, do ridiculously large chainrings like this even need to exist? Should anyone ever consider buying one? And what have we actually learned from today is what we need to discuss.
I don't like being absolutist. I feel that there probably are some niche applications for a chainring like this that I haven't yet considered.
Tell me one.
I don't know, but I don't want to completely rule it out.
Oh, okay.
However, for 99.99999% of riding, I think absolutely pointless. The reason being is even when you go on a really fast downhill where you would normally be spinning out like the one we went down, it doesn't matter. You don't need it because as soon as you're going above 70k an hour, even on a downhill like that, the amount of extra energy you have to put in to overcome air resistance means you're still pedaling really, really hard.
Like harder than most people could do.
Yeah, like high power.
Yeah.
To the point where once you get up to 100, in theory with this, with a 10 tooth, you can do 90 RPM and do over 100k an hour.
I mean, that's
ridiculous.
No
But
aerodynamic drag involved in that.
you don't get that for free, because aero drag gets harder and harder and harder the faster you go, to the point where It's actually like nigh on impossible. But the most important lesson of all that you can draw from this is the importance of gearing. And it doesn't matter how fit you are, hills are gonna appear much harder if you don't have adequate gearing. And you can make hills appear much easier and feel much easier if you've got gearing that enables you to spin up them and not build up all lactate in your legs. And, well, you'll just enjoy cycling a lot more.
It does look very cool on this bike, though.
I mean, I'm definitely going to post a picture of it on Instagram and pretend that I'm strong enough to ride it.
Okay, well, I mean, I hope everyone enjoyed this video and had fun watching it, as much fun as we had making this video. Let us know in the comments section down below your thoughts on ginormous chainrings like this, and if you've ever seen a chainring that's bigger than 72 tooth in real life.
75 tooth.
Oh, 75, I undersold it. As always, if you want to help support what we do, subscribe to GCNTech, turn on your notifications, and give this video a big thumbs up.
Love you, bye.
Bye.